If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Was this game more about Stafford's dominance or the Bucs' injuries?
And listen, I love what I watched with Matthew Stafford and the way he went about winning that game. But I do believe if Tampa Bay had all of their parts, that this would have been a different game. You know, and not even if you don't have everybody, if you just give me back Chris Godwin, just give me that inside presence. People don't understand, you underestimate the importance of a Godwin. When have we seen Tom Brady do anything great without his Wes Welker, without my dude, who's one of my best dudes, Julian Edelman, without that presence that Chris Godwin provided for him before he got hurt?
What happened yesterday was Tom Brady very nearly pulled off the greatest comeback of his career under the circumstances because he was playing with one arm tied behind his back. He goes into the game without his right tackle, Tristan Wirfs, and the backup is a 31-year-old journeyman who's bounced around the league, undrafted out of James Madison, playing with a quad injury that turned into an ankle injury, which forced the backup right guard, an undrafted free agent rookie out of Rice, to play right tackle for much of the second half. Are you kidding me? And then let's go to receivers, shall we? Obviously, there's no Chris Godwin and there's no Antonio Brown.
Well, first of all, Antonio Brown betrayed him, betrayed the team, quit on him.
When they were healthy and eligible to play, they were the top two targeted receivers for Tom Brady.
No doubt, Stafford. With a full deck, he found a way to get it done. He had not a full deck, a stacked deck. Got everybody else's best player put him. Tom Brady lost all his players.
What happened to Broussard Perriman? Remember that game back on December the 12th against those Buffalo Bills? Tom Brady threw a walk-off pass to Broussard Perriman. Did he play yesterday? No, he was inactive with a hamstring pull. Then what happened at Jets on the AB meltdown walk-off game? What happened at the end of that game? Well, there was a walk-off pass thrown by the GOAT to Cyril Grayson, undrafted out of LSU, a track man. Was he eligible to play yesterday? Nope. He was eligible, but he didn't play. He didn't even suit up because he also had a hamstring pull. Tyler Johnson was then forced into the slot. What happened to Tyler Johnson yesterday? He got his ribs cracked and played only about half the game. So the whole second half, they're having to use the backup tight end as their slot receiver in Cameron Brate. And you're telling me Brady got outplayed? Baloney!
He did got outplayed.
It's the biggest bunch of bloating you've ever spewed.
Brady lost Godwin in Antonio Brown.
Don't give me Antonio Brown. He was never there. Antonio Brown's a waste of time. I'm tired of people bringing him up. How many games did he miss? You missed 3 games because you got suspended. You was missing games before that because you were injured. Lord knows what the hell else was going on with you. We acting like he was there all year and some dependable commodity that Brady lost. He deserted Brady all year long.
No doubt.
Don't want to hear that.
No doubt. And all those things are true.
Okay.
But his talent on that football field.
His talent is big time.
It could have gotten Brady past that game. Even if that, give me anybody with that kind of talent. And that's all I'm saying. Tom Brady can go find that anybody with some kind of talent and be right back in it.
Finally, there's one other speed receiver on the roster, and his name is Jalen Darden, and he returns punts. What happened to Jalen Darden in the second half? He got concussed. He was gone. He played 1 snap on offense because he was not available. Was there any Rojo as in Ronald Jones yesterday? No, there was no Rojo. So all of a sudden, Tom Brady is up against the fiercest pass rush in pro football. There's not a better pass rush than this one. You've told me that yourself.
49ers are close.
No, they're not close. This is the best. You've told me that from the start. Oh, what do we say about Aaron Donald? He's the greatest defensive player ever. What do you say about Von Miller? He has rejuvenated. He has recaptured 2015 all over again. What do we say about Gaines? What do we say about Floyd? They're coming at Tom Brady, and he got pressured by far the most of the whole season. It wasn't even even close. 30% of the snaps, he was under fire. So what do you think is going to happen to a 44-year-old? I never said he was mobile, but he made a couple of really sweet throws while using his sweet feet to get open in the pocket.
Yeah, he did.
And Tom Brady pulls off this comeback. If we could see the throw to Mike Evans, he's up against the best cornerback in pro football, says the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp. And if we could see this late throw to Mike Evans with 3:27 left in the game, is this not goating? Whoa! I just fell out of my chair. He did that.
He called Jay Ram napping. He called Jay Ram napping. He knows nothing cheap, nothing deep.
But a lot to dissect with that late play to Cup.
Yeah, he said it's a love of the game route because you don't expect to get it. But he also mentioned that they were in cover zero. Now, I'm going to put the spotlight on Lavonte David. Lavonte David said in the first matchup, there were a lot of calls that weren't communicated throughout the defense, and they had a ton of busts. We saw the bust early on in the game with Cooper Kupp, and Jeff and I believe that there was a bust here, and probably because Lavonte David said it. So if we are going to get cover zero, I already have Lavonte David highlighted. Also, Devin White needs to be highlighted because he's going to have eyes on Sony Michel, which means that Lavonte David is going to add himself to the rush if we truly get a zero.
That's exactly right. Now watch right here. As they're about to start this rush, you're going to see them as they begin. As they start to rush, you see David's coming. You see Sue right here, right? So he's got inside pressure. So if you look at Corbett right here, he's going to get beat inside. You see Allen's eyes are going there to pick up White. He thinks as Michel's going to release, he should be in coverage. Well, guess what? David, he's got to be there. You see this massive gap right here. You have pressure coming off the edge, so he's going to have all day to get there. Right. David comes, but he decides not to come. Miscommunication.
So that's how you get the pressure in on Matthew Stafford. We also want to watch this here. Watch when Matthew Stafford releases this football. He releases the football, and Lavonte David is still standing in the middle of the field. This means you actually didn't bring more than the Rams could block. But we're going to let this play so we can actually see the route. And I want you to see what was happening when Matthew Stafford got to the launch point. So we saw in the backfield that Matthew Stafford had an opportunity to let the ball go wide because Lavonte David didn't come. This is what he saw. He saw that Mike Edwards was running over to cover Tyler Higbee because that was the guy that was now going to be the open man because they sent the blitz off of the slot. He put the football in the air knowing that if we have outside leverage right here by Antoine Winfield, there'll be nobody in the middle of the field. As Jeff already showed you how they got extra time, this is what he saw down the football field. He's able to float the ball in the air, and when you got the love of the game enough, sometimes you end up wide open, and the ball loves you just as much.
Listen, worst feeling in the world. Winfield standing flat-footed as Kupp is hip to hip, bro. If we're even, he's leaving. You knew that as absolute trouble for him. Sheer panic at that point.
The two things you see on that play, Antoine Winfield's playing outside leverage. He doesn't believe that it's cover zero. He's expecting help. Lavonte David does not rush.
Right.
He also doesn't believe it's cover zero. He's looking for coverage or looking to help. When you have those two things, you have a bust and you give up a win.
We say this all the time. More games are lost than won. Plays like that are how you lose. Wendy, it's devastating when you're a player in that moment because you know you gave one away, and that's how that Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is feeling right now.
And finally, they gave Tom Brady actually like 3 seconds to throw instead of 2.1 seconds.
Gronk chip Von Miller on his way out.
All right, and boom. All of a sudden, I'm saying, would you believe they're back in the game? Would you believe that the GOAT is goating? Because in the fourth quarter, the GOAT threw for 125 yards. He did it again to the biggest degree of difficulty defense he could possibly be facing without his right tackle and without his full complement of receivers. And yet, he brings it back, he chips away, he scratches, he claws, he guts it out, he gets it all the way to, 27 all.
Yeah.
He scores 24 straight unanswered points in the second half.
Right.
And on Gronk, and he's starting to get up there in years. He's not as quick as he used to be.
Right.
They doubled him every snap. Every snap, there are at least 2, and sometimes it looked like there were 3 on Gronk because they're just saying, you can't have him today.
Well, we feel there are only 2 guys that can beat us. That's Mike Evans and Gronk.
That's all that's left.
I'm proud to be part of this offense and proud of the guys that did step in, to step in and fill, the roles that were open throughout the season, especially at the end of the season. And everyone gave it, their all. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we came in, week out, we gave it our all on the practice field and in meetings. No matter who it was, whoever stepped in, they made sure they brought it every single day too. So it's just the way how the game football is, and there's just no excuses at the end of the day. I mean, we gave it all we had. So that's what we should be proud of. You know, it's unfortunate, you know, we lost in a tough way, but we fought till the end.
Now, I believe, like we talked about, Tom Brady's had one of the greatest years of his career. You can't walk away with that. He's going to go and find him, or they'll sign Chris Godwin, find a few more people, and put that thing back together. I say it was more about what Tampa Bay does not have. That's why Tom will come back with those pieces, and he'll swing again.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.